Hey everybody, Mike Poulins here, your backyard beekeeper with Hampton Park Honey, and it's the middle of February right now, so we just finished getting snow and it's about to get stupid cold outside, highs in the teens, lows below zero, and that's going to be the foreseeable future. So obviously the beekeeping hobby is on a pause during this time. Naturally, you were just biting our nails and hoping our bees are surviving the winter by clustering and with the food reserves that we gave them in the fall. But generally, they say if they make it through the middle of March, then they're kind of out of the woods. By then, tree pollen starts coming in, and they can typically start their rebuild of the population because they weren't laying eggs all late fall and winter, but the queen usually starts laying the eggs right around February sometime in this area in Illinois. But it doesn't mean that there isn't stuff you could prepare for. It's just like gardeners love to get their vegetable seeds and start planning for the next year, and even there's just a lot of things you could plan for the outdoors. And likewise with beekeeping, I've realized that I've needed to replaced a couple of boxes and frames, things that are getting older, and equipment of course wears out, and to keep things safe I've ordered some of those things. But the thing that I'm most excited about that you'll see is I'm gonna go techie on one of the hives, just one. But there really is opportunity nowadays to do more than just the old-fashioned pull the box out and inspect it and see what everything looks like. And this techie stuff is certainly not a replacement for it, but an additive to it. And I just got in the mail from Wisconsin an order here from the Broodminder company. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. Probably not. Some beekeepers might have, but inside this box is some cool stuff that is a bit of an investment. But what we're going to be doing here as I show you with the unboxing, oh, confetti, you've always got to figure out how to be a part of the action. But there were technically four things that are in here. So let me start undoing them to show what's going on. First two, these little strips with a little microchip thing on there and sensor. These are going to go into the top and bottom box. One of them is a temperature and humidity sensor. The other one is just a temperature sensor. They look the same, but there's a little mark down there that shows it. And this is going to be cool to show whether or not in the winter they're keeping things warm enough, and in the summer if they are not overheating, and that there's adequate stuff. The other part is the humidity thing. I'm actually going to go on to a venture to try to maximize the humidity in the hives and not over ventilate them, because I learned, maybe a little late, that the parasitic varroa mites do a terrible job reproducing the higher the humidity. The reproduction goes way down over 80% humidity, and it so turns out that if I can manage for condensation and other things through some other strategic things, I could actually build a colony that is going to lower reproduction rate of varroa mites. So that's one thing. Next thing on the list is, I'm taking this thing out of the box, is a nice high-tech scale that I'm going to put under the hive in the front of the box. And in the back, I'm just going to buy a 2x4 because that's what the dimensions of this thing are equal to. This little plastic sleeve actually just goes over it as a weather shield, and it will monitor the weight of the box. This is going to be cool to watch for honey flow, to see how much, or nectar flow, to see how much honey is being built up in there. And it also can be an indicator, if I'm not on top of it, if the weight of it starts flattening out, that may mean if it's not a dry period of the year, that the hive may be maxed out and getting ready to swarm, and I could prevent that from happening. And so we'll watch that. And the third thing, the pièce de résistance here in this box is what they call a BDAR, or a little pun on the radar. It's going to go over the hive, and it's actually going to monitor the flights in and out of the hive of bees. And this is going to be a huge thing because, of course, God forbid if I'm really asleep at the wheel and these guys swarm, there will be a massive recording of a major exit on a mass scale of bees. But there's also some other things that I will have to start studying about patterns of entrances and exits that can indicate the hive's health. All this is going to connect to an app that's going to be retrievable by my phone. So I will be able to get up in the morning and just look at the hourly data of the previous day, just to see before I even step outside, or if it's a work day and I'm not able to get out there to see what's going on in here. So there's going to be a big learning curve. And yes, this is only one hive out of the many that I have. So I'm just going to get one as an example. But if this really starts taking off and getting me some good information, I may be able to build this into additional colonies and improve the practice. So yeah, this is the 21st century. We can do a lot more nowadays with monitoring than we ever have before, because we can collect data with technology like this that old school beekeepers would have longed to have had. And so I'm excited. Can't wait till spring to put this thing out. But that's what I'm working on in the middle of February. Have a good day, everybody.